Okay, I'm going to show you 3 different exercises that can give you more strength for hiking. Right? Show you something maybe you don't know about this, and I just learned it from a book by a physical therapist. So, first exercise I'm going to show you is a squat. Let me show you a couple things about a squat. A lot of people, if you ask them to squat, will squat like this. Notice that my shins are leaned forward, my knees are way past my toes. That places a lot of stress on does 2 things. It places a lot of stress on your knees, and it doesn't share much of the load with your glute muscles. In this position, don't be shy, it's your body. Notice the firmness or lack of it in your glute muscles. Notice how tight your quad muscles are. Now try squatting this way, where instead you drive your rear end backwards and try to keep this part of your shins more vertical. When you're like this, feel your glute muscles, they will be much firmer. Your quads will still be firmer. But when you're hiking, say like you're climbing, the act of climbing is supposed to be shared between your quad muscles and your glutes. But a lot of us, from sitting so much, our glute muscles are weak, and all the work is being done by your quads, which tends to give you, that's one of the contributors to giving us knee problems. So we can strengthen it by doing squats properly. And there's one other thing to notice in doing squats. When you're beginning, you can either have your feet forward or slightly angled out. And watch, you'll see the slight difference. I'm trying to rotate my feet this way. I'm not actually going to let my feet rotate that way, but I'm applying this torque as if they're rotating out. Because of some anatomy in our knees and hips, it's better if we preload our joints our lower joints by externally rotating at our hips. It makes our knees and hips work better. So tilt your pelvis forward this way. Don't have your butt jutting out like that. Tilt your pelvis forward like this. Externally rotate your feet. And when you squat, drive your butt out this way and come back up. Make sure it's nice and smooth action. So here's the sequence I would do. I'm going to try to give you like a low, medium, and higher intense version of each of the 3 exercises. So with the squat, again, preload your feet, tilt your pelvis forward, keep your upper body upright. You can begin just not squatting as far. If this is as far as you can go, that's fine. Do sets of 10, 20, or 30. Okay? As you get more confidence, more strength, squat deeper. As you get even more confidence, you can go all the way down and come back up. If you want even more resistance to it, take some weights. These are 2 12-pound dumbbells. Again, make sure your form is correct. Externally rotate your hips, especially as you add weight. Make sure you get your form correct. Externally rotate your hips. Make sure you keep your shins vertical. And if you can go all the way down, do that. Again, start with maybe sets of 2, 3 sets of 10 reps. That would be good. Next exercise, a step up. This seems a lot like hiking uphill, right? So why don't we prepare our bodies for that? In the beginning, step up 1 step. As you get more strength and confidence, step up 2 steps. Try not to bounce off of this lower foot. There will always be a possibility of some push off down there, but you're trying to do most of the work with this leg. Once you get more strength, you can add some arm motion to it, to a leg drive. This leg, drive it up past the other leg. Once that becomes easy enough, drive the leg and add like a little skip hop at the top. And of course, all of these things, whatever level you're doing, do both legs. The hop at the end is very good for doing some fast twitch muscle. You can do the same thing with weights. Again, do both legs. If you don't happen to have some weights, you probably all have a day pack. Take your day pack, load it up with possibly like something heavy, a couple gallons of water. Each gallon of water weighs 8.3 pounds. So it's easy to get a substantial weight. Be doing that. As you add weight, start low and then gradually increase. The last exercise I'll show is called a Bulgarian squat. When we're stepping up, we're straightening our leg as the muscle is contracting. The muscle contracts, we straighten the leg. That's called a concentric action. The beginning of the Bulgarian squat is an eccentric loading. We're bending the leg as we're trying to contract the muscle, so the muscle is lengthening as it's under load. This is great for simulating walking downhill, which does give a lot of people a little bit of difficulty. So get this leg at about a 90-degree angle. Can be a little more, a little less, whatever you feel comfortable. And just like I did, if you feel out of balance at first, just slightly touching a wall or something gives you the feeling of safety in your balance. Begin with shallow squats. As you get better, go down. You can, at the bottom of them, bounce. This gives you, again, some work with the fast twitch muscles in your leg. Get really good. Again, add the weights. And you can still do the same thing. Bounce. All right. Those are 3 exercises you can do. Do as many reps and sets as you feel comfortable doing. Over time, as you increase it, in the first couple weeks, if you're not currently exercising, the first couple weeks will be mostly neurological changes. Your nervous system kind of coordinating the muscle efforts, recruiting muscles to be active. It usually takes about 4 to 8 weeks to actually see muscle changes. So stick with it, get stronger, get better hiking.